Hey there, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the standing quad stretch or quadricep stretch, which is the front of the leg. This is an incredibly simple stretch, but it's very, very effective when you do it correctly. We've probably been doing this this stretch for years already. But what we want to do is go over it and make sure we're doing it right. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to be talking about mistakes at the end of the video. But make sure you're standing up nice and tall with your feet inside shoulder width. And then if you want, you can hang on to a pole or something like that. Or if you don't need the stability, then you can just simply don't do that. And then what you want to do is make sure that the knee is right under the hip as you pull your leg back, aiming to get your heel onto your glutes. But before we continue with more tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Quad flexibility is incredibly important to preventing injury. Now, studies have shown that the more flexible you are, the less strength you can produce. However, with that said, the main thing you want to be focusing on is longevity, because the best way for you to build strength is to stay consistent. And stretching is only going to help you stay more consistent because you'll be able to train longer without injury. You won't have to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or even a year off just because you got injured doing your squats. So just make sure that you focus on your flexibility and make sure that you focus on your mobility. That's what's going to help you get stronger in the long run, which is why you're doing this in the first place. You want to make sure that you're strong, you're healthy, you're muscular, and that you can stay and train longer. So make sure you stretch. Now, when you're doing this stretch, what I really want you to be focusing on is making sure that you're driving that heel into your butt as far as you can get it, as well as making sure that you keep your knee right underneath your hip, or if you can, pull it behind the hip. Another key thing that I would recommend at least, I didn't do it here because the angle would have thrown off the video, all that stuff. So I didn't do it here. So basically hang on to something. Don't try to stabilize yourself. It's just you're adding too many components to this stretch. Just hold on to something, have stability. That way you can really stretch and focus on the stretch instead of trying to stay stabilized. So what I would do is I would hold this for approximately 30 seconds and switch to the other leg. And then, I would do that for around 5 minutes or so. That way you can get a good stretch in both quadriceps as well as slight stretches in the hip flexors themselves. Here's some common mistakes, though, that I want you guys to avoid. Not bringing the heel up high enough to the glute. Also, bring your knee forward. You don't want to do that. You want the knee back. Also, make sure that you do not cross stretch.